Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Saturday to you. Today is February 13th, and my name is Heather Hope, and this is the Inspired Entrepreneur podcast based on my book, The Inspired Entrepreneur. Check it out on Amazon. Order your copy. I sound like a commercial now, so bear with me. So it's 366 days of inspiration for the entrepreneur, which means law of attraction for business owners. That's really, we talk about the law of attraction, the universe, manifestation, Abraham Hicks, all that good stuff. So this is a daily podcast. Check me out on YouTube, or you can check me out pretty much anywhere that you're checking me out now, so you know where you're checking me out from. So I don't need to say that. Okay, so let me dive into my book. Where are we? February 13th. I'm lost. Where are we? Okay, I pull it up on my computer. Oh, this is a long one, so bear with me. So happy Saturday. Like I said, do you have any plans for this weekend? Anything? So I currently live in this little town outside of Phoenix, Arizona. It's a cowboy town. I am not a cowboy girl, cowgirl, whatever that is. I'm not into country. No offense to anybody who is. I'm here for the house. I'm here for the view of the house, from the house. I'm here because it's a really peaceful, very, it's a beautiful place to live. That's why I'm here. I'm not here because of the culture. But anyway, every year we have like a carnival type thing over, what's this called? Valentine's weekend. And it's called Gold Rush Days. But Gold Rush Days this year got canceled because of COVID. But it's here. It's all here. They renamed it to Western Days. As soon as I saw that, I was just like, you guys are ridiculous. So anyway, it's just not sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce or the town or anything like that. It's not officially sponsored. So it's more like privately sponsored is what I'm hearing. And so it's the same, it's like the same contracted, carnival people, the rides and all that stuff and whatever else is there. I've been to it a couple times in the past, but so it's still an event that is out there and lots of people come to it. And so it's just one of those. It's not officially sponsored, but they renamed it and it's still here. So I just I can see through the BS, you know what I mean? So whatever. I stopped going to that thing a long time ago. I'm not into it, so no biggie. But still, my town is, and this is essentially why I don't shop locally. I shop 40 miles away where people actually take things more seriously. So anyhow, that's what's going on here. But I'd like to actually leave town. Well, I'm actually leaving today just to go down to PV, down to Phoenix, and celebrate 45 months of being with my husband, just because it ends up being that number. And he's going to cover Valentine's Day on Sunday. So I wanted to take him out to dinner and take him where we got married and drive around and look at the house that we're going to buy and all that good stuff. Get out of the house. So, okay. So let's jump into today since it looks kind of long. If you have the book, you can read along or order it while we're sitting here. Okay, February 13th. The more you listen to your inner guidance, the faster your desires manifest. You are being led to everything you want. Are you paying attention? Are you believing? Are you taking time for yourself to enjoy life? It's easier to hear when you're enjoying life. So that's basically what I'm doing today, Saturday the 13th, is I'm taking the day to enjoy life, to show my appreciation to my husband, who's amazing, to drive around the neighborhood because I have to do that. I've been telling myself to do it monthly, which is what I've been essentially doing lately. Because it is kind of far, it's like 70 or so miles away from home. Drive around the neighborhood. I used to do it all the time when we lived nearby. I mean, it's a place where I lived about a mile and a half from, like half my life is I lived right next door to it, to this area that we are moving to. But I really try to get down there at least once a month to get there. You know what I mean? Like when we wanted to move to California, we were going to California a lot. I was going to California a lot. I mean, I went to California, gosh, 10 times in like 3 years, which is kind of a lot when you don't live in California. It's like you just make excuses. Like we were almost about to go to California this month. We started planning it. Oh yeah, the other day when I was talking about Pismo Beach and I told you guys all about manifesting the ocean view house. It was like the next day because I told you that something was going to happen if I talk so much about it and really feel it again. Like my vibration is right there. And so the next day, I've read an article about the area of Santa Maria, which is 20 miles south of Pismo Beach. I went to like the Ross down there to go shopping one day when I was in Pismo. Santa Maria really counts on tourism, which is a lot of places there. They count on tourism, which has gone down since COVID. So that what they're doing is they are giving $100 credit to like restaurants and stuff if you stay at a hotel in Santa Maria for 2 nights. And so I was like, that's what happened the next day. I saw that article on CNN or something and looked it up. And I'm like, holy crap, that's cool. You know, $100 isn't that enticing to me to drive, you know, however long, 8 hours, 9 hours, sometimes 7 hours during pandemic times. But, you know what I mean? Like if it was like $500, we'd be there like right now. That would be really worth it. It would pay for the whole trip. But, so we looked into it and timing wise doesn't seem, cause if I travel, it kind of like throws me off my schedule and like working and doing stuff. Like it really bugs me because it's hard to work when I'm traveling. So anyway, so that came up and I was just like, oh wow. So it made me look at Pismo again and then like made us start talking about going because it had been a while since we've been. And because we never went back after we moved back to Arizona in like at the beginning of May because of COVID. We haven't been back, which makes sense because of what's been going on. But it's really weird for us because we were going 2-3 times a year until we moved there. So it was like way past due going. So anyway, made us look at it and we're like, well, we'll see what happens. We haven't looked at it since, but it was a nice little moment of, hey, this is cool. But $100 isn't enticing enough for me, especially since I'd rather just stay in Pismo, which is what I was talking about. Like to him of like, well, Santa Maria is not near the ocean. It's not. And it's just, it's okay, but it's not really worth it for me to stay in Santa Maria and drive up to Pismo because I'd rather just stay in Pismo and not get $100. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't enough for me to stay in Santa Maria because there's not an ocean there. It's quite a bit a ways from the ocean. So it's like, well, no, but it was cool. It was a cool, you know, manifestation of you're in the vibration of something and then you start attracting things about it, right? So I attracted that article that told me, hey, Santa Maria. I'm like, Santa Maria? It's like Santa Maria Valley. I'm like, I know Santa Maria. It's 20 miles away, which is really close, right? But not close enough for me. I really need the ocean view or it's just not worth it. Like that's how I feel about California. California is absolutely insanely gorgeous. I am massively in love with California. See, now I'm talking about it again and I'll manifest something. I'll attract something to me pretty soon. But I love California. However, for me to live in California, I have to have an ocean view from my windows. I have to be oceanfront or ocean view enough to see the ocean every single day. If I don't see the ocean every single day easily, then California is really not worth it for me because of all the other things that comes with California. California is kind of like a dysfunctional child or something. It's like it has a lot of issues over there, and I don't want it to be my full-time residence because of their taxing millionaires are like insane. So that's not my thing. So I want to live part-time there, have a vacation home, oceanfront. That's on my list of manifestations for 2021. So I've made my decision. Like all my business affairs are going to be based in Arizona for tax reasons because it's just smart and I like it. I like doing smart things that, there's a lot of politics and taxes in California that I just don't want to deal with. I'd rather not. I'd like to go to California and really enjoy California. Does that make sense? So that's what I've concluded at this point. So anyway, enough of that. So let's get back to today's message. The more you listen to your inner guidance, the faster your desires manifest. What does that mean? Okay, so your inner being, your broader perspective is what I really like calling it because it's you like, so there's you, right? There's the source, like you can't like the broader perspective, right? The bigger piece of you is non-physical source energy. And you wanted to be here so bad, you manifested a physical life. This is all based off of what Abraham Hicks says. And so you're here in human physical form, but the bigger part of you, and I love knowing this, the bigger part of you is non-physical source energy and sees everything. Like Abraham says that your broader perspective is in your vortex, right? Like knowing what you want and knowing how you're going to get there and can see the entire path. Like the broader part of you, your inner being, sees the entire path of where you want to be. So your inner being, your broader perspective, is constantly pulling you there, constantly showing you the way. Now, the thing is, are you listening? Are you paying attention? Are you in the receptive mode to receive these messages, thoughts, feelings, all of that good stuff? This is why daily meditation is really important mostly to reduce resistance. So the goal is to be happy, right? The goal is to enjoy life. The only way to be happy and enjoy life every single day is to reduce the level of resistance that you have going on in your mind, in your body, your thoughts, all that, right? That resistance, that worry, that anxiety, the negative thinking, getting rid of that. Like I am telling you, like 95%, get rid of it. Get rid of it. You got to reduce the resistance. And one of the easiest ways is meditation. Every day. Do it every single day, and your life will change so drastically just by the reduction of resistance. You're allowing your cork to float to the top, and it feels so good. You're going to get to the point where you're feeling so good. Like you just feel good. I have so many days like that now that I feel so good. The better it gets, the better it gets. It really is that way. So you have to let go of the resistance. Like you just let it go. Let your cork float. Feel good. Stop worrying about everything. Stop watching stupid things or watching the news, for God's sake. Don't watch the news. Don't talk to negative people. Don't talk about your negative past. Don't talk about how you always are. Don't talk about the years of depression that you had or that you still have or anything like that. Because every moment you drag your past into the current moment every time you talk about it. I'm over that. I am so done. When I look at my life, the moments that I do look at my life and I'm like, I'm such a different person. I grow into the person I want to be by stop looking at the person I used to be or I have always been. Does that make sense? So the more I do this, the faster my life gets better. Like it's fast. Manifestation can be so fast if you stop looking at everything that you don't want, including the past that you've lived. If you want to continue to live the same life, totally cool. If you have like this amazing life that you want to keep living, keep focusing on it. But if you don't want to live the life that you've been living, focus on the life that you want to live on. Focus on the person you want to be. You get to decide every single moment who you get to be. You decide, not the past you, not the personality that you've developed, not anything. There's nothing outside of you or inside of you that can dictate this other than your choice. You get to choose who you are. I'm in some groups that people are like, oh my God, I'm a terrible test taker. One day somebody told me, you must be a really good test taker because I had certifications in this and licenses in that and all this stuff, and everything requires a test, like studying and testing, state level, you know? And I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, oh wow, you might be right there, because I have to pass the tests and sometimes people don't pass tests. And so I took that on over the years. And now it's become a belief of mine that I'm a good test taker. Now, recently I realized there's like one area that I need to work on, reading questions thoroughly to fully know that what it's asking, right? And I've been focusing on that. Like I am reading these questions a lot more thoroughly. I'm not rushing through it and missing a very important word like not. Like which one of these statements is not, you know what I mean? And then I pick the wrong one. But like I'm a good test taker. I'm really good at taking tests. I'm really good at studying, or I'm really good at passing courses. I'm really good at like I have become like a pretty freaking anal person about things. And I just told my husband last night, I'm like, I never used to be this person. I'm so different. When I look at it, like I used to be super lazy and super like whatever. Now I'm like, I Google everything. I make sure everything is correct. I make sure like the law or the rules or whatever it is to make sure that I know what is right. I don't listen to other people. If they tell me something, I immediately look it up. I don't take anybody's word for anybody's word. I just don't. Because I know too much that people, humans, sometimes they make up shit. They just do. They just make up stuff. My ex-husband did that. Made up shit all the time. And I'm like, what? That's not even true. You know, it's like, or just to look important, or they thought that that was right. But honestly, I think that they just make it up. People make up stuff. People interpret things wrong. They have their own different perspective, right? Or perception. And I'm like, no, I'll look it up. It's no big deal. Because I want to be right. Like I want it to be right. So if I pass something along to someone else, I am 100% confident that it is true. Whatever it is, like a law or a rule or whatever it is, right? Because I never, like if I'm going to pass something along to someone, it has to be right. It has to be right. Because I don't want to lead anybody down the wrong road. Like, you know, it sucks. Like you want people to trust you. So, you know, last night I had somebody in one of my groups tell me, Heather, you give really sound advice. I'm like, thanks. That's something that I've been told for many years because I'm really careful about what I say. I don't say things unless I know that they're true. Or I don't tell people like bizarre things. You know what I mean? Like anyway, enough about me. But so let's get back to the message today. You're being led to everything you want because your broader perspective knows where everything you want is. Like that's you, the broader part of you. The source energy part of you, the non-physical part of you can see the road clearly, knows where everything that you want is. All you have to do is pay attention and listen and receive. That's it. So, are you believing that this is true? Are you believing? That is a huge part of really digging into Abraham Hicks. I remember in the beginning, like, oh, wow, I was like between two worlds of like, this stuff sounds really good, but holy crap, it's so different than what I believed. And over time, I just started believing it a little bit, a little bit more every day. And I just kept getting, a little bit more believing, a little bit more like, oh my God. Like sometimes I felt like I was in like a dream state, like in and out of a dream state because it was so like, this is really cool stuff, right? Really cool stuff. And it's like, oh, is it true? Oh my God. Wow, this is really cool. I want it to be true. And then now, of course, I know. And every so often, I still have moments of like, oh, wow. I mean, it's just, it never stops. The oh, wow, holy crap, never stops. You realize and realize and realize even more. And you're like, wow, it's just so incredible. It's so incredible. And you get to a point where you really, really believe this stuff and you look around and you're like, how do I even function in this world when I know this and most people don't? You know what I mean? Like they don't remember, they don't know. But anyway, let's continue. Are you believing? Are you taking time for yourself to enjoy life? Like I said, that's what we're doing today. We're going to go enjoy life. It's easier to hear when you're enjoying life. So often when I leave the house or go do something else, like I know when I need to take a break during the day. Like I know either I need to take a nap or I need to go take a drive. I need to go to the bookstore. I need to go shopping. I need to go do something to get my mind out of this house or out of what I was doing, or I feel stagnant, or I feel like, oh, you know, I'm like, I gotta go. I'm gonna go to Goodwill and go browse or something, right? I do that daily. I do it every single day. Like it's been becoming common that in the middle of the afternoon, I know this is gonna sound cliche because it seems like everybody does this, but around 4, well, this is kind of later, about 4:30 in the afternoon lately, I've been laying down. Now I don't necessarily take a nap. Today I did, because I was listening to an Abraham about taking frequent naps, and so I just was like really relaxed and feeling good. But I will go lay down. Like it's like my body needs to rest, and that's probably what it is. I need to rest. Like I'm kind of tired. My body's kind of like, well, I have a treadmill desk, so I need to rest. Um, but I will go lay down. Sometimes it's just for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'll just lay down. Either maybe I'll take my phone with me and watch a video of some sort, or an Abraham, or soft music, or something, or I just lay down, or I fall asleep. I just like relax. It's kind of like a timeout for me. And then, like today, I would lay down for an hour. My husband came in and he rubbed my neck for a while. He's really good about back rubs. And I eventually fell asleep. And it was so comfortable. My puppy was laying next to me too. It was just perfect, right? So I got up around 5 and I was alive again. And so it felt really good. It was like a reset. And that's what Abraham says about sleep. It's like a reset. So take a nap. If you're like really having issues, go take a nap. Kind of like a toddler. We're kind of like grown up toddlers, right? Like we get cranky, we get hungry, we get tired. We need to take care of ourselves. It's the best way to reduce resistance is taking really good care of yourself. If you're hungry, eat. If you're tired, sleep. If you're thirsty, drink some water. You know, like it's pretty basic stuff. Take care of yourself. Whatever you're feeling, try to do that. I follow like what I'm craving for food. And, and I go and eat that. Usually it's pretty good. And that's usually the meals that are like tasting the best is I eat what I crave. And they're usually really good. So, anyway, it's easier to hear your broader perspective when you're enjoying life. So, enjoy life every single day. That's what my goal in my planner, my new planner, right? There's all kinds of columns of everything, but each day there's whatever today's priority. I have yet to put in like anything of, anything other than joy or being happy or having fun. That's what I keep writing. Like, because that is the most important thing, is to feel good, be happy, have some fun, because what's the point otherwise? You know what I mean? Like, this life has to feel good, or what's the point? That's always been my outlook of, like, if I'm not having a good time, if life is really hard and stressful and depressing and all of this, what was the point? Like, I had this talk with Roger the other night about, all the years I was really depressed and had suicidal thoughts daily. It was one of those things of, like, what's the point? And, now it's like, the point is to have fun. The point is to have a good time, because it goes back to, what's the point otherwise? Why be here? Right? So if you're going to be here, have some fun, be happy, enjoy it. The joy is in the journey, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go. I got some water to drink again. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. FYI, go get somebody a card. Give somebody some love. Whether you're in a relationship or not, celebrate somebody. Give somebody, but if you're single, okay, so here's the tip. If you're single and you don't really want to be single, you want to have someone, this is what I did when I was single before I manifested Roger, for Valentine's Day, especially because I got mad at everybody. It was right before I got, like, really into taking really good care of myself, but I was, like, mad at everybody that I was talking to or seeing or whatever at that time. I was being a brat, basically, to myself, of, like, screw you, I'll take care of myself. So I bought myself, like, this little stuffed turtle. I gotta find out where it is, actually. It's probably in a box somewhere. It was just in Safeway when I walked in that day. It was 2017. I walked in and there was a cute little, like, purple stuffed turtle, and I love turtles. And it was for Valentine's Day, and I was like, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, I'm buying it for me. I'm going to take care of myself this year. And then I got some Reese's, what is it? Valentine's. So Reese's Hearts, right? Reese's Hearts, because that's my favorite. And then I got some flowers for myself. So I took care of myself on Valentine's Day. And I said, screw you guys that can't get your shit together. All the guys that I was seeing at the time. And nothing working out. And that's when I basically started taking really good care of myself. Was I'm taking care of myself for I keep wanting to say Thanksgiving, I don't know why. For Valentine's Day, I'm taking care of myself. I remember that moment being in the floral department at Safeway. I'm taking care of myself this year. That's exactly what I said. And I did. And that was just the start, because it felt good to take care of myself and not try to get something from someone else, or get love from someone else, or get flowers from some guy that is stupid. Like, that's the control I had, was to take care of myself, and it felt good. And then after that, I started really doing that more often. I was buying myself flowers, really taking care of myself. So, and trying not to feel sorry for myself, trying not to get mad at everybody, trying not to do all that stuff, right? That's self-destructive. But I was taking care of myself because I could, because I had to. I didn't have to, but it was a choice in that moment of, I got myself this year. And I did. And I did. And then it was, let's see, February, March, April, May, 3 months later. 3 months later, exactly, right? May 13th, I started seeing Roger. And the rest is magical history. So, but you take care of yourself. So if you're single on Thanksgiving, yes, single on Thanksgiving, single on Valentine's Day, and you would prefer to have someone, really love yourself. Love yourself tomorrow. Love yourself right now, but love yourself on Valentine's Day this year. Love the hell out of yourself. I'm telling you, it is the secret to manifesting an amazing person, is to love yourself so much. Take care of yourself so much. Take yourself out to dinner. Buy yourself chocolate. Buy yourself flowers. Do your nails. Do whatever it is that you love doing. Take care of yourself and love yourself. Love being single the very most. Love being single. Love it. Love it. And you will manifest somebody so fast that you'll be like, holy crap, where'd you come from? I'm telling you, that was the magic sauce for me, is loving myself and loving being single. For the first time in my life, I loved it. And then it was literally not very long later that here comes Roger. And he does all those things for me. Like, he buys me flowers every single week. He buys me chocolate every single day. I have chocolate every single day, and I lose weight like crazy. He but he takes, he makes me dinner every single night. He does all these things because I did them for myself. So I attracted someone to do that without even having any understanding really at the time that I was doing that. But I attracted somebody who took care of me as much as I took care of myself at the time. Does that make sense? It ends up being really simple, but you have to be really good about being single. If you hate being single and you're jealous about everybody and you're sad about everything, you're not going to manifest. You're not going to attract the right person. You're going to attract jerks like I used to. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.